Across the vast African savanna, the rules of life have been written by strength, speed, and instinct for countless generations. This is a land ruled by apex predators, hunters perfected over time, who dominate the open plains with ruthless efficiency. Day after day, the hunt unfolds, and each encounter can mean the end of a life. Yet even in a world seemingly controlled by the strongest, one question arises: is there truly a chance for those constantly hunted? Prey animals are far from helpless victims. They fight tirelessly against a fate that seems predetermined. They learn, adapt, run faster, gather in groups, defend themselves, and sometimes achieve the impossible. Day after day, they endure relentless pressure from their pursuers, proving that survival relies not just on power, but on perseverance, intelligence, and the will to keep living. In the African savanna, no reign is absolute. Every chase is uncertain, every battle open-ended, and life always finds a way to push back, even when the odds seem stacked against it. The vast ecosystem of the Greater Mara is a living network where life flows freely, seamlessly connecting the Masai Mara National Reserve, the Mara Triangle, and the surrounding conservancies. Sitting at altitudes ranging from 2,500 to over 2,100 meters above sea level, the landscape is rich and varied, shaped by winding rivers, deep valleys, and rolling hills. The name Masai Mara comes from the Masai people, a nomadic community that has lived in harmony with these lands for centuries. In their language, Mara means spotted, a nod to the patchwork of trees and shadows that mark the terrain. The Maasai are not just inhabitants, they maintain a deep connection with nature, preserving their pastoral traditions and livestock-based way of life across generations. The Mara is home to over 95 mammal species and roughly 570 bird species. Expansive savannas dotted with grasses, shrubs, and iconic acacia trees define its character. But this region is more than just a breathtaking landscape, it is a theater of survival. Among its legendary inhabitants, the Nile crocodile rules as the undisputed sovereign of the Mara River. This massive predator can reach lengths of up to 6 meters and weigh over a ton. Under the harsh midday sun, these reptiles are often seen lying motionless along riverbanks between 9 Mum and 4 Moham, basking to regulate their body temperature. When water temperatures drop below 30 degrees, they prefer to bask on land. As night falls and darkness blankets the river, the Nile crocodile becomes fully active. Its entire body coils like a compressed spring, ready to strike with deadly precision. During the dry season, when prey is scarce, it conserves energy by remaining still under the sun. Its remarkable fat reserves allow it to endure months of scarcity, turning each captured animal into a vital survival resource. The Nile crocodile reigns as the apex predator of its domain, facing few natural rivals. Yet one question remains: can it take on a Cape buffalo? This herbivore titan can weigh nearly 900 kilograms and approaches the Mara's waters in imposing herds, its curved, sharp horns glinting under the sun. For the crocodile, attacking a buffalo is an immense challenge. Its success rate in such hunts hovers around 15%, so it typically targets weaker prey calves, elderly individuals, or those straying from the herd. Still, the Cape buffalo is famed for its fighting spirit. When ambushed, it often turns to confront the predator head-on rather than fleeing. Even more formidable is the buffalo's sense of unity. If one herd member is attacked, others frequently return to defend it, launching a coordinated counterattack that can seriously threaten even the most powerful predators. The Mara River, often called the lifeblood of the Masai Mara, is also home to one of Africa's most iconic giants, the African savanna elephant. As a member of the Big Five and the largest land animal on Earth, this colossal creature can reach heights of up to 4 meters and weigh over 600-800 kilograms. A 2023 study published in the Journal of Wildlife Ecology highlights their remarkable intelligence and memory, allowing them to remember migratory routes and recognize individual members of their herd. When a herd of African elephants approaches the shallow edges of the Mara River, every step commands respect. These giants navigate the waters with ease, precisely where Nile crocodiles have been lying in wait for months. Even when a crocodile targets a calf or an elderly, weakened elephant, the odds of a successful attack remain extremely low. Here, the herd's powerful protective instincts come into play. Adult elephants form an almost impenetrable defensive circle. At the first sign of danger, they stomp the ground, swing their trunks like formidable weapons, and emit loud, resonating calls that echo across the riverbanks. Thanks to this cooperative behavior, the success rate of crocodile attacks on elephant calves in the Mara River is estimated at less than 10%. But the influence of the African elephant extends far beyond its sheer size. Their massive footsteps not only shake the earth, but also reshape the landscape. By felling vegetation and digging deep in search of underground water, elephants unintentionally create small ponds and channels. According to a 2024 study by the African Center for Ecological Research, these water bodies become crucial breeding grounds for Nile crocodiles, illustrating the elephant's profound impact on the ecosystem. Unlike the sporadic prey that occasionally wander into the river, Nile crocodiles await the grand annual feast that occurs between July and October. During these months, the Mara River transforms into a chaotic corridor of life, the Great Migration. Over 1.5 million wildebeest, accompanied by around 300,000 zebras and hundreds of thousands of gazelles, leave the Serengeti in Tanzania in search of fresh grazing grounds. As master predators, Nile crocodiles lie submerged, motionless yet alert, while the massive herds gather tensely along the riverbanks. At this perilous crossing, mortality rates for migratory animals can reach 10 to 15%, with many falling victim to sudden powerful ambushes by these ancient reptiles. The crocodile's hunting strategy is simple but deadly. Amid the chaos, it identifies the weakest target and strikes with precision. Once seized, the prey experiences the infamous death roll, a violent spinning motion underwater that generates enough force to break bones and tear flesh, even reducing the largest animals into manageable pieces. Although they often hunt alone, Nile crocodiles in the Masai Mara show remarkable coordination when the situation demands. If one initiates an attack, others quickly join in, clamping their powerful jaws onto the struggling prey. A single crocodile can consume up to 22 kilograms of meat in one feeding, storing the energy needed to survive during lean months. As the Mara River's current strengthens, wildebeest surge into the water with collective force and unyielding determination. Once they locate a crossing point, the entire herd moves as an unstoppable wave. Mixed with the striped zebras, The chaos makes it difficult for crocodiles to single out a target. Wildebeest also communicate through alarm calls, warning the herd of danger and improving their chances of survival. Zebras, though fewer in number, often act as the vanguard of the migration. Aware that the Mara River is a deadly arena ruled by lurking crocodiles, they rely on the safety of numbers before attempting the risky crossing together. This collective strategy creates a moving, living barrier, reducing the likelihood of any single animal being singled out. Their survival odds improve further when zebras merge with the massive wildebeest herds. Entering the river together, the combined force becomes overwhelming. This relentless struggle for life is driven not just by instinct, but by solidarity. In the face of danger, the zebras become warriors of the migration, pushing forward without hesitation through the treacherous waters of the Mara. Crossing the river is only the first challenge. In the unforgiving ecosystem of the Masai Mara, other giants wait in the shadows, ready to strike any unsuspecting prey. The relationship between the Nile crocodile and Africa's great cats, such as lions and leopards, is defined by constant tension and careful confrontation. When food is scarce, neither predator hesitates to seize the other's prey. These encounters often turn into high-stakes standoffs, filled with bared teeth, low guttural growls, and deliberate movements where a single misstep can mean disaster. The lion, famed as the king of the savannah, reigns as the ultimate terrestrial predator. Males can weigh up to 250 kilograms, and their thick, dark mane is more than just a symbol of majesty. It provides protection against bites and attacks from rivals. A pride is far more than a collection of individuals. It is a highly organized social unit, typically composed of 10 to 15 members. Within the pride, lionesses take the lead as skilled hunters. Agile, muscular, and relentless, they coordinate with remarkable precision to bring down prey. For the lion, every encounter is more than a test of strength. It is a display of pride, endurance, and an unyielding survival instinct. Nile crocodiles also include primates in their diet, with baboons being frequent targets. These primates live in complex social groups called troops, sometimes numbering over 150 individuals, functioning like small, highly organized communities. For them, the Mara River is both a vital source of life and a stage of constant danger. When a troop approaches the riverbank, vigilance reaches its peak. Sharp eyes scan every ripple, and attentive ears catch the slightest unusual sound. At the first hint of threat, an olive baboon lets out a loud bark that echoes across the riverbanks. Immediately, the dominant males respond, amplifying the calls to warn the group and deter the lurking predator. Situated in the heart of Zambia, Kafue National Park is not only the country's largest park, but also one of Africa's oldest and most expansive wildlife reserves. Its dense Miombo woodlands shelter countless endemic mammals and birds. While the Busanga floodplain transforms into a haven for antelopes and birds during the rainy season. The Kafue River, one of Zambia's main waterways, acts as the lifeblood of the park, weaving through swamps, dry savannas, and thickets to create a rich, ever-changing landscape. Kafue is renowned as one of Africa's biodiversity hotspots. Lions, leopards, wild dogs, elephants, antelopes, and a myriad of bird species all share this vibrant ecosystem. As dawn breaks, golden sunlight filters through the treetops, casting long shadows across the terrain. In the tall grass ahead, a pride of lions moves silently, stalking for their next meal, while a herd of buffalo grazes leisurely near a lush patch by a towering acacia. The lions lower their bodies, creeping with caution, eyes fixed on the unsuspecting herd. The buffalo continue feeding, occasionally resting in the shade, oblivious to the danger creeping closer. Suddenly, a lion separates from the group, slipping through the vegetation toward the outskirts of the herd. The target is clear, a solitary buffalo that has drifted slightly from the group. Sensing the opportunity, the lead lion bursts through the grass in a full sprint. Chaos erupts in the herd hooves, thunder against the ground. Dust billows and bodies scatter in every direction. Yet the chosen buffalo does not flee. It lowers its head, charging to defend itself. With a blend of brute strength and agility, the lion leaps onto its back, sinking claws deep. The buffalo thrashes violently, spinning, colliding with nearby trees in a desperate bid to escape. Overwhelmed and exhausted, the buffalo eventually succumbs to the relentless force of the pride. A final bite ends the struggle. The predator stands tall beside its fallen prey, a silent testament to the cycle of life. In this wild domain, victory is fleeting, but survival belongs to the strongest. The first golden rays of the sun spill over the vast African woodland, warming the trees and stirring the wildlife into life. A pride of lions rests amid the tall grasses, shaded by acacia trees, relaxed yet ever watchful of their surroundings. As the morning progresses and the heat intensifies, the pride begins to stir. Muscles tighten, bodies awaken, and the hunt is about to begin. In the distance, a herd of gazelles grazes peacefully, unaware of the predators moving silently through the shadows. The lions lower themselves, blending with the golden tones of the landscape, eyes locked on the weakest link. An adult male lion creeps forward. His imposing figure almost disappears among the grasses. Focused on a lone gazelle separated from the herd, isolated and vulnerable. Suddenly, the attack erupts. The lion lunges forward in a burst of explosive speed, raising dust in its wake. Panic grips the gazelle as it leaps sideways, pounding the ground in desperate flight. It twists sharply, kicking up earth, yet the lion stays relentlessly close, weaving through bushes with lethal precision. With deadly accuracy, the lion leaps, extends its claws, and lands on the gazelle's back mid-stride. The prey struggles, kicking and twisting, but exhaustion sets in quickly. One by one, the rest of the pride joins the fray, surrounding the gazelle and cutting off every escape route. Strength in numbers tips the balance, and the pride ultimately brings it down. When the hunt concludes, the lion begins to feed, teeth sinking into flesh, tearing at the hard-earned reward. In the wild, survival hinges on strength, patience, and the delicate balance between predator and prey. A calm returns to the savannah. Zebras and giraffes graze together in the distance, unaware of the silent predator observing them from afar. In another part of the savannah, a pack of African wild dogs moves through the underbrush with light, deliberate steps, perfectly coordinated and driven by hunger. In the distance, a herd of impalas grazes unaware, oblivious to the sharp eyes already tracking them from the shadows. The dogs lower their bodies, merging with the earth, advancing steadily and silently as a single unit. One impala strays too close to the riverbank, separated from the safety of its group, a prime target for an ambush. At the precise moment, the pack leader signals, and in an instant, the hunt is on. The impala bolts toward the water, panic fueling each leap as it tries to escape the encircling predators. Beneath the river's surface, a Nile crocodile waits, sensing the chaos. It lunges upward, aiming to intercept the fleeing prey. The impala narrowly avoids its grasp, slipping along the riverbank toward the opposite shore. Without hesitation, the wild dogs reach the water's edge and plunge in after it, wading through the shallow currents. The lead dog leaps, clamping onto one of the impala's legs and dragging it back into the muddy bank. Instantly, more pack members join in, biting and pulling in perfect unison. The coordinated assault quickly overwhelms the impala, extinguishing any hope of escape. Once the prey is subdued, the pack drags it away from the river, out of the crocodile's reach. They form a circle around the fallen impala, each dog taking its place as they feed ravenously. In the wild, survival favors the swift, the fierce, and those who do not pause when hunger calls. Unlike the thunderous roars of lions or the coordinated precision of wild dog packs, the leopard rules the art of solitude, stealth, and lethal accuracy. Its golden coat gleams under the moonlight, broken by dark rosettes that shatter its outline, rendering it nearly invisible among shadowed grass and branches. Hunting alone, each kill is a testament to patience, pinpoint precision, and unmatched feline power. The mystery of the leopard endures eternal, untamed, whispering through the trees and echoing across the African savanna. As the sun rises, pale yellow light filters through the morning mist, waking the grasslands for another day in the relentless cycle of survival, a delicate balance of beauty, danger, and endurance. In the calm of dawn, movement stirs. A sleek, golden, spotted figure emerges the forest ghost. Its black rosettes blend seamlessly with the tall grass, its body half hidden, cloaked in perfect camouflage. The purpose is clear: opportunity, prey, pursuit written into the timeless laws of the African morning. In the distance, impalas graze, unaware. Young ones leap energetically. Mothers nibble on fresh shoots, oblivious to the patient predator observing every weakness. The leopard lowers its body, muscles coiled like drawn bows. Its gaze locks onto a lone impala separated from the herd. Breathing slows. Every step is deliberate. Time seems measured in instinct honed across countless generations. Then it strikes. A sudden burst of speed shakes the grass and dust as the predator unleashes its full power. With a precise leap, claws sink in, bodies collide violently against the hardened earth. The impala struggles desperately, horns slicing through the air, eyes wide with terror and fleeting hope. The battle is fierce, seconds stretch endlessly. The leopard does not relent. The prey trembles as inevitability closes in. A crushing bite clamps the throat, life extinguished with unstoppable precision. Finally, resistance fades. The impala collapses, its final breath lost. The savanna regains the fragile silence of dawn. Swiftly, the leopard drags its prize into dense cover, away from the strength of lions and the theft of hyenas, securing victory in the shadowed realm where it protects its hard-earned reward. Amidst the chaos, a shadow glides. A golden, silent leopard blends seamlessly with the tall grass. Its sleek body crosses the plains without a sound. Yellow eyes scan the horizon, searching the dawn for the next opportunity to hunt. A world where apex predators have ruled for centuries, and the lives of the most vulnerable hang by an invisible thread. Yet even in this realm dominated by strength and speed, survival is never truly impossible. Each day, prey animals confront fear, learn, adapt, and endure, proving that life always seeks a chance, even against the harshest odds. These struggles are more than scenes of hunting and fleeing. They reflect an ancient balance that keeps this extraordinary ecosystem alive. When a species vanishes, the silence it leaves behind shatters that balance forever. Protecting wildlife is not merely an act of compassion, it is a shared responsibility. Conserving these lands ensures that stories of resilience, courage, and adaptation continue to unfold beneath Africa's blazing sun. And as the day fades over the savannah, one truth remains even in the harshest world. The fight to live carries meaning and value. Across the vast and unforgiving African savanna, survival is not a guarantee, it is a daily battle. Each sunrise signals the beginning of new conflicts where life is quietly placed on the line amid burning dust and an unrelenting sun. No species is truly safe here. Every step forward can mean another chance to live, or the first step toward the end. Predators wait with calculated patience, measuring every movement and every mistake. For them, failure brings hunger, weakness, and eventually death. Prey in turn learn to exist under constant pressure. Their senses, sharpened muscles remain coiled, and when escape is no longer possible, they fight with whatever strength remains, even when the odds are stacked against them. In this world without pause, everything has a cost. Energy drains quickly, wounds do not always heal, and exhaustion becomes an enemy as real as any predator. There are no rules and no mercy. The savannah is a proving ground where only those willing to risk everything, their strength, their instincts, and sometimes their very lives, can endure. This is the wild heart of Africa, a realm where courage and sacrifice shape every fate, and where survival is written day after day through danger, resolve, and decisions made at the very edge of life. At first light, a male warthog scrapes at the ground, searching for roots beneath the dry soil. He is not known for elegance or raw power. Suddenly, he stands unknowingly within the territory of one of the savannah's most feared hunters. His small eyes scan the surroundings, his ears twitch constantly. Only a few meters away, a hungry lioness lies hidden in the bushes. She has not eaten for days and must find food for her cubs. Every step she takes is a silent risk, yet the warthog remains unaware of her presence. The wind shifts, carrying a warning on its breath. In an instant, the warthog catches the scent of danger. The lioness charges. The warthog explodes into motion, sprinting through the tall grass at speeds approaching 48 kilometers per hour, weaving sharply from side to side. As he runs, he flashes his sharp tusks in a final display of defiance. The chase is short. Exhausted, the lioness abandons the pursuit. Moments later, the warthog slows, returning calmly to his search for food as if nothing had happened. Speed, awareness, and sharp instincts are his true weapons in a land that shows no mercy. Warthogs are resilient inhabitants of the Serengeti's harsh plains. Their tusks, which can grow up to 25 centimeters long, serve both as tools for digging and as formidable defenses. The The thick pads on their faces, often called warts, act as natural protection during fights. Rather than digging their own burrows, warthogs take over abandoned tunnels made by aardvarks or porcupines, reinforcing them for safety. When they enter, they back in, positioning their tusks toward the entrance, so any intruder must face them head-on. Under the blazing sun, warthogs roll in mud to cool their bodies, and the drying layer of clay also shields their skin. Smaller animals such as mongooses often climb onto their backs, feeding on ticks and insects. Their diet is remarkably flexible, ranging from dry grass and roots to scraps left behind by other animals. This adaptability allows warthogs to remain in the Serengeti during the dry season long after many species have moved on. But when the rains return, life surges back, and so do the most dangerous predators. A mother warthog watches over her young, only a few weeks old, guiding them carefully as they learn to dig for food. In the distance, 3 lionesses observe in silence. The piglets are easy targets. Sensing the threat, the mother quickly herds her young back toward the burrow. She positions herself at the entrance, kicking dirt backward to deter the approaching lions. They attempt to dig their way inside, but fail. What they do not realize is that the mother has already prepared for this moment. A hidden secondary exit, angled sharply and concealed by vegetation, becomes the family's escape. One by one, the piglets follow their mother through the narrow tunnel, emerging safely beyond the reach of danger. In the relentless world of the savanna, warthogs survive not through strength alone, but through endurance, awareness, and strategies as clever as they are effective. On the savanna, there is another kind of fighter fast, precise yet exposed. The cheetah, the fastest land animal on Earth, is built for speed rather than strength. A symbol of acceleration and agility, cheetahs usually hunt alone. But on rare occasions an unusual alliance forms. 3 cheetahs come together, moving with shared intent. They slip quietly through the tall grass, fixing their attention on a wildebeest that has strayed from the safety of the herd. Each takes a position, tightening the circle with calculated calm. In an instant, the chase erupts. They surge forward, reaching speeds of up to 112 kilometers per hour. No signals are exchanged. Instinct and experience guide every movement. Yet the savanna never offers a reward without a challenge. Drawn by the scent of the kill, a group of spotted hyenas approaches. This time, the cheetahs do not retreat. They stand their ground, growling and holding formation. Their unity becomes a shield. Faced with a coordinated defense, the scavengers hesitate and pull back. Here, cooperation makes the difference between losing everything and surviving another day. Not every cheetah is supported by allies. In the vast openness of the savanna, a female cheetah gives birth alone. Her litter of 5 cubs is born fragile and helpless. For their first week, their eyes remain closed, and it will take nearly 3 months before they are strong enough to run beside their mother. The odds are harsh. Nearly 90% of cheetah cubs do not survive past their first 3 months, falling victim to predators or starvation. To protect them, the mother hides her cubs deep within the grass, constantly moving them from place to place to avoid detection. She hunts alone, forced to leave them behind as she searches for food. At dawn, she manages to bring down a gazelle and returns with her prize. But the savanna shows no mercy. Danger is always close, especially for the young. When she returns, only 4 cubs remain. The 5th is gone. After a frantic search, the truth becomes clear. Baboons, intelligent and ruthless opportunists, have taken the missing cub. The mother approaches the trees where they linger and watches them carefully. She confronts them with presence alone, but does not attack. A single injury could doom the 4 cubs she still has. When the baboons react, she withdraws. Carrying the weight of loss, she returns to her remaining young, wounded but resolute. In the wild, survival leaves no room for grief, only the strength to keep going for those still alive. The African buffalo, one of the most imposing herbivores on the continent, is also one of the most relentlessly hunted. Its massive horns serve as a living shield against lions, and its sheer strength is the backbone of the herd's defense. Yet against its most modern predator, these ancient defenses are often no longer enough. An adult male can stand up to 1.7 meters tall and weigh around 730 kilograms. Its physical power is legendary. With a solid muscular body and an unyielding determination to protect its own, the African buffalo is considered the strongest grazer in Africa. Its thick, dark coat helps shield it from the harsh sun, but its survival is inseparably tied to water. Rarely does it stray more than 16 kilometers from rivers, lagoons, or swampy areas. What truly sets the buffalo apart, however, is its uncompromising strategy of collective defense. At the first sign of danger, the herd closes ranks instantly. Calves are pushed toward the center while adults form a solid wall of bodies and horns ready to confront any threat head-on. In unity, the buffalo finds its greatest weapon and its best chance to survive. A pale golden light spreads gently across the endless plains like a quiet promise offered to the land. Dew clings to the grass and glimmers as the last traces of night fade away. Shadows cast by trees and wandering herds begin to shift, slowly awakening as darkness retreats. Here, an ancient cycle begins once more. Within this world of renewal, one figure rises above all others, the lion sovereign of the savannah. Its authority is not defined by strength alone, but by family and unity. True power here is born from cooperation. Calm, watchful, and majestic, the lion's presence seems to still the landscape itself. This is its realm, a place where courage is measured not only through combat, but through the ability to protect, and where the young learn by observing and staying close to one another. A pride is far more than a simple gathering of lions. It is a structured and resilient society guided by unwritten laws that shape survival and legacy. At the heart of this system stand the lioness's sisters, mothers, and tireless hunters. They are the architects of this world. Together they form a living network of cooperation bound by blood, experience, and instinct. A successful hunt is never the achievement of a single lioness, but the shared result of the pride working together. A newborn cub does not belong only to its mother. It is the responsibility of the entire group. Lionesses rotate roles, nursing, guarding, and instructing one another's young. For the cubs, life begins as play, chasing, wrestling, and practicing movements that will later become vital tools for survival. But on the savannah, no victory lasts forever. With the next day comes a new struggle. The male lions serve as the pride's defenders. Their sheer size and powerful roars create a living shield against threats. Yet dominance here is never permanent. Power shifts with time, and for every reigning king, there is always another challenger waiting for the chance to take his place. On the savannah, no feast lasts forever. With the next sunrise, the struggle begins again. The male lions stand as the pride's shield. Their massive frames and thunderous roars rise like living walls against danger. Yet power here is never fixed. Rule is temporary, and every leader must one day face a challenger. Young males cast out from their birth prides wander the wild lands alone. Over time, they grow stronger, driven by hunger and the urge to claim a future of their own. When they return, the plains seem to tremble. Night erupts into chaos. Deep roars tear through the darkness, answered by equally fierce calls. The air vibrates as voices collide. The clash is brutal. Claws, raked teeth sink deep, and heavy bodies slam together with raw force. This is not a contest of finesse, but of endurance, rage, and will. In the end, only one truth remains. The victor claims the pride, the females, and the right to shape the next generation. The defeated vanishes into the vast wilderness. Even kings are not spared from challenge. As darkness settles, other eyes are watching. Hyenas linger at the edges, clever and tireless, waiting for the moment when lions are worn down after a hunt. Alone, a hyena poses little threat. Together, they become a relentless tide of jaws and persistence, capable of stealing a hard-won kill from an entire pride. Above them, vultures circle endlessly, patient scavengers drawn by weakness, injury, and death. Their silent vigil is a reminder that even in victory, lions are never truly alone. Yet perhaps the most dangerous rival is neither thief nor scavenger. The African buffalo, massive, unpredictable, and armed with horns like spears, can turn a hunter into prey in a single instant. Across the Golden Plains, buffalo move in immense herds. For lions, they are both prize and peril, a vital source of food that demands absolute precision and courage. From a distance, the pride watches, muscles tight, eyes locked. A buffalo is no ordinary target. Its horns can tear flesh and its charge can shatter bone. When the clash comes, it is explosive, a violent collision of predator and prey where every second can decide life or death. To bring down large prey, lions must hunt as a single unified force. They spread out, apply constant pressure, single out the weakest target, and deliver a precise final strike. In the unforgiving African savanna, such coordination is essential. Sharing this harsh stage is another master of survival, the spotted hyena. Shaped by more than 10 million years of evolution, it has carved out its own powerful role among Africa's top predators. Built to endure rather than to sprint, the spotted hyena carries a dense, muscular frame engineered for stamina and strength, allowing it to thrive through relentless effort where others would fail. Its distinctive sloping posture is not a flaw, but a powerful advantage. This body shape allows the spotted hyena to move efficiently across rough, uneven ground, conserving energy over long distances. The African savanna is its stronghold, stretching from the open grasslands of East Africa to the dry, semi-arid reaches of the Kalahari Desert in Botswana. According to a 2023 assessment by the IUCN, the global population of spotted hyenas is estimated to range between 27,000 and 47,000 individuals. Yet strength alone does not define this predator. The true power of the spotted hyena lies in its remarkably complex social system. It lives in large, strictly matriarchal clans that can number more than 100 members. In the darkness of the savannah, its famous laugh is not random noise nor a sign of chaos. It is a living social map carried through sound. Each call is unique, identifying the individual and signaling its position within the clan's intricate hierarchy. This vocal language conveys identity, status, and intent, used to summon allies or reinforce rank in a world that is both brutal and highly organized. At the top stands the alpha female, whose authority shapes every aspect of clan life. This matriarchal order is more than social structure. It is a survival strategy refined over millions of years. Spotted hyenas are far more than scavengers. They are intelligent, calculated hunters capable of bringing down large and dangerous prey. Their cooperation and communication rival those of some primates, underscoring their evolutionary success. Even so, their future is not guaranteed. Habitat loss and growing conflict with humans now pose serious challenges to one of Africa's most resilient and misunderstood predators. Under the scorching African sun, where waves of golden grass stretch endlessly toward the horizon, a silent and carefully planned ambush begins to unfold. Spotted shapes hug the ground, gliding through the low vegetation like unseen currents of air. A group of lionesses is on the move. Their focus is locked onto a herd of zebras traveling in apparent calm. To the hunters, zebras are often familiar targets, easy to spot, moving in large groups that can fracture under pressure. They are herbivores, seemingly lacking long-range defenses. Yet this assumption is deceptive. One young zebra drifts away from the herd. Smaller, slower, and no longer shielded by the group, it appears to be the perfect choice, low risk, high reward. None of the lionesses anticipate how abruptly this hunt will turn. A sudden, powerful strike delivered with both hind legs and the force of a coiled spring changes everything. The lioness is stunned, the impact landing on her head or jaw. Such a reaction was never expected from prey like a zebra. When an animal confronts its predator, survival does not rely on strength or speed alone. It rests on three core pillars of defense: instinct, reflex, and adaptive learning. These responses unfold in fractions of a second. Behind every sprint, every kick, and even moments of frozen stillness lies millions of years of refined evolution. Instinctive behavior consists of genetically encoded action sequences. It requires no training, no prior experience, yet it is executed with precision from the very first encounter. When a zebra lashes out to create an opening and escape, the movement is anything but random. It is an innate motor pattern, pre-programmed and triggered the instant danger is detected from behind. These instinct-driven actions are rigid and highly focused, designed for one purpose alone: survival at any cost. Reflexes operate on an even more immediate level. Governed by neural reflex arcs, they bypass conscious thought almost entirely. Simple in design, they are among the most effective responses in nature. A zebra's kick may seem insignificant compared to the claws of a lion or the speed of a cheetah, yet it ranks among the most effective countermeasures used by large herbivores. It doesn't need to be fatal. Accuracy and timing delivered through pain are often enough to reverse the outcome. Anatomy plays a decisive role. Zebras possess an exceptionally powerful musculoskeletal structure around the hips. The muscles of the thighs and gluteal region are among the strongest in the herbivore world, capable of producing explosive force. Their hooves, hard as stone and made of dense keratin, present a small but incredibly durable striking surface, like a concentrated hammer blow. When attacked from behind, a zebra uses both hind legs, delivering straight or slightly angled kicks, adjusting the trajectory with remarkable precision to meet the position of its attacker. In 2024, Namibia endured its most severe drought in more than 100 years. Across Etosha, waterholes nearly vanished. Hippopotamuses became stranded in shrinking pools of drying mud. Then in early 2025, the rains finally returned, and with them renewal. Grasslands flushed green once more. Giraffes and rarer species such as the black-faced impala took advantage of the sudden abundance, feeding eagerly as the land recovered. But this relief is temporary. From May to October, the dry season tightens its grip on the park with relentless heat. Daytime temperatures often climb between 35 and 48 degrees Celsius. Natural water sources fade away almost completely. As water becomes scarce, herbivores are forced to gather at the few remaining oases. Their numbers draw predators in close, turning these lifelines into unavoidable arenas of tension and conflict. Among the giants that endure these harsh conditions is the black rhinoceros. Powerfully built, it can reach up to 1.5 meters at the shoulder and weigh well over a ton. two horns growing continuously throughout its life serve as essential tools for defense. Despite its name, its skin is a dark gray, often coated in dust. A pointed prehensile upper lip allows it to pluck tender leaves from thorny shrubs with precision. Remarkably, it can survive for days without drinking, drawing most of the moisture it needs from the plants it consumes, an adaptation finely tuned to life in an arid landscape. Its eyesight is poor, but the black rhino lives in a world shaped by scent. For this largely solitary animal, communication is written into the land itself. Dung piles are not random waste. They are shared records, a living archive of smells pressed into the soil. They reveal who has passed through their strength, their intentions, and even their readiness to mate. This silent exchange forms an invisible social network guiding movement and behavior across an ancient territory. Even so, the dry season remains a relentless test. Artificial water holes like the one at Ocauquejo become critical sanctuaries. Here, even the normally solitary black rhino must tolerate the presence of others. At night, under the soft glow of floodlights, its massive silhouette emerges. With steady, deliberate steps, it approaches the water, asserting its presence without sound, yet with unmistakable authority. By 2023, Namibia was home to more than 2,200 black rhinos, with over 70% of them found within Etosha National Park. This concentration, however, comes at a cost. High densities increase the risk of poaching. Despite the efforts of dedicated rangers, GPS tracking, drone surveillance, and even the controversial removal of horns, the black rhino faces a threat greater than any natural predator, human greed persistent and unrelenting. In the murky currents of the Zambezi River, a colossal predator lies hidden in absolute stillness. This is the Nile crocodile, the largest reptile in Africa. Unlike many hunters, it does not need to feed every day. Its highly efficient metabolism allows it to survive for weeks, sometimes even longer, without a single meal. Lower Zambezi National Park is one of its strongholds. Here, survival depends as much on patience as on raw power. A crocodile can remain motionless for hours, even days, blending perfectly with water and shadow while waiting for the precise moment. When an unsuspecting animal steps too close to the river's edge, there is no warning. In a fraction of a second, the surface explodes. Jaws snap shut and the victim is dragged beneath the water. Resistance is futile. With a bite force reaching nearly 22,000 newtons, the Nile crocodile possesses one of the most powerful jaws in the natural world. Far from the riverbanks, another African sanctuary tells a different story. Often called the jewel of Namibia, Etosha National Park is home to 4 of the continent's Big Five: the elephant, the lion, the leopard, and the critically endangered black rhinoceros. Together, these landscapes reveal the raw intensity and fragile balance of Africa's wild heart, where power, patience, and survival are written into every moment. As night settles over the African savanna and the dust slowly returns to the wounded earth, the marks of conflict remain. Every struggle here is more than violence. It is a desperate choice to exist one more day. Each species has learned the same hard truth: survival demands a heavy price, paid in energy, safety, and often in life itself. Courage and sacrifice are not optional here. They are the cost of living. Yet these battles are not meaningless chaos. They are part of an ancient and delicate balance where every predator and every prey plays a role that cannot be replaced. When one life ends, another continues. When one species disappears, the entire system trembles. Protecting the savanna does not mean stopping the struggle. It means preserving the stage where nature can follow its course whole and unhindered. The true danger is not the hunter, but the loss of habitat, the silence that follows when there is no one left to fight. To understand these wild conflicts is also a call to human responsibility. To conserve respect and defend these lands where life is forged under extreme conditions. As long as the savanna still breathes, the story of survival will continue to be written with courage, risk, and sacrifice. If this journey into the wild heart of Africa has moved you and sparked reflection, support our work. Like the video and subscribe to Beast Call Nature to keep exploring, understanding, and protecting the untamed world of wildlife. In the vast expanse of the African savanna, every sunrise marks a test of survival. This open, unforgiving landscape offers no shelter, serving as a stage for silent struggles where predators wait patiently, ever watchful for the slightest sign of vulnerability. The youngest members of the ecosystem are the most at risk. Birth is not just the start of life, it is a signal in the wild. For a mother, it embodies hope, continuity, and the promise of the future. For the predators hidden in the tall grasses, it is an irresistible call of hunger. In this harsh world, life and death walk side by side from the very first breath. Every newborn taking its first steps faces a merciless fate. One misstep can attract a lethal gaze. The savanna offers no lessons. Only a stark choice: adapt quickly or vanish. And so begins the toughest challenge of all, safeguarding new life in a realm where survival is a relentless test of endurance. In the final days of the dry season in Botswana, The plains come alive with a spectacle of stripes and movement. The black and white patterns of the plains zebra break any sense of uniformity. Each individual is unique, a living masterpiece, marked by nature with a signature that will never repeat. Yet in this wild world, beauty often comes with a hidden cost. From the cover of the scrub, amber eyes lock onto the zebra. Its bright mane makes it impossible to hide, and the weight of survival presses down. To satisfy the nearly 45 kilograms of meat required by the rulers of the savannah, these striped queens risk their lives day after day, dancing with fate. A lioness prepares for a duel of cunning, moving in absolute silence. Beneath her thick paw pads lie claws up to 8 centimeters long. Aware that her stamina allows only a brief sprint of about 100 meters. She waits patiently. A single lapse in attention is all it takes for the golden shadow to strike like a lightning bolt. Sometimes, however, the unexpected intervenes. A powerful kick, with nearly 1,000 kilograms of force, can shatter the jaw of any would-be predator. Here, in the kingdom of wild blood, fear transforms into a reckless courage. The lion does not always claim an easy prize. Sometimes it tastes its own misstep in a tense, silent struggle. When the rains arrive, the landscape transforms into a mosaic of green grass and reddish territory marks. On these fertile plains, a dominant stallion, weighing up to 500 kilograms, rules his harem of 2 to 6 mares. Lone males seeking control must challenge the reigning leader, a ruthless test that decides who will claim the throne and who will fall behind. Meanwhile, zebra mares fulfill their most sacred duty. The foals walking beside them may have been born only hours earlier. But this moment of joy can vanish in an instant. When power changes hands, the new stallion may bring with him an ancient instinct infanticide. This brutal behavior pushes mothers back into estrus quickly. Yet a devoted zebra does not surrender without a fight. A powerful symphony arises, maternal love confronting the relentless laws of evolution. As Rudyard Kipling once wrote, God could not be everywhere, and therefore he made mothers. Not every mother can withstand the harshness of nature while defending fragile new life. Still, the savanna allows no time for mourning. With the arrival of the rains, a new journey begins. The herd must reach the mineral-rich pastures of Inchapan, guided by invisible paths forged over millennia where survival awaits. As the herd moves, thousands of stripes blend into a chaotic illusion. Life becomes a visual maze, confusing predators and acting as a living armor. Like the Mara River during the Serengeti migration, the Boteti River tests this striped army in Botswana. Danger, however, does not wait for the river to appear. Silent shadows emerge from the bushes long before nightfall. Leopards, with explosive speed up to 58 kilometers per hour and extraordinary strength, rely on stealth and precision against them. Even the fastest escape may prove insufficient. A mother zebra may fend off a minor threat, but she is powerless against a determined predator. This is the raw truth of the wild beauty these warriors carry. And when the water level rises, the challenge grows even heavier. It is no longer a single predator. Dozens of ancient hunters lurk beneath the river's surface. With a bite force reaching 22,000 newtons, they become the ultimate arbiters of fate. Some foals survive this perilous rite. Others, tragically, are caught in ruthless jaws as the current carries the river onward. In this primeval land, loss is but a faint line in the grand story of survival. Elsewhere, a quiet journey begins in the shadows of the caves. Far from the scorching sun and deep underground, an unforgiving system operates without pause. Here, destiny is shaped under the absolute rule of queens with unyielding will. In a world where strict hierarchy is the only law, welcome to the realm of the spotted hyena, a society governed by a rigid matriarchy. Unlike many predators whose young arrive blind and helpless, hyena cubs emerge fully prepared for the challenges ahead. They are born with eyes wide open, sharp teeth, and an instinct for survival so intense it sends shivers through the savannah. Yet this gift comes at a cost. From the very first moment, it is tested in a brutal rite siblicide. Here, siblings clash in a merciless struggle for dominance. Even when maternal milk flows abundantly, it is never enough to satisfy the hunger for life. The strongest conspire to block weaker siblings from access to the warmth and nourishment of their origin. This struggle over food becomes the first lesson in power, enforced by the relentless discipline of the clan. By 3 months of age, the den opens to reveal a world that demands more than courage. It demands cold calculation. As the rains recede from the plains, but the era of maternal care ends, giving way to the metallic taste of the hunt. Predator instincts awaken fully, and powerful jaws are shaped and trained to crush bones in the challenges to come. far from being mere scavengers. Spotted hyenas obtain over 60% of their food through active hunting. It is through these hunts that mothers ensure the survival of their lineage. The savanna waits patiently as these hunters reach maturity. Under the dim light of the dry season moon, the hunt becomes a dark, precise choreography, ruthless and unyielding. This period is the hyena's favorite season. Unlike cheetahs, they do not rely on extreme speed. Their strategy is endurance. Slowly but inevitably, weaknesses emerge in even the largest prey formations. Yet, even the stealthiest hunters often fail when faced with an unbreakable fortress. Meanwhile, in another corner of the savanna, the sacred bond between the African elephant mother and her herd reveals the true source of strength. As dawn breaks and the hunt subsides, the night leaves lessons etched in the bodies of young predators. In this wild realm, their claws and teeth are mere tools. Genuine power lies in coordination, intelligence, and unity. Meanwhile, on the other side of the continent, the Serengeti witnesses a race without a finish line. In just 3 weeks, nearly 500,000 wildebeest calves are born. Each newborn has less than 4 minutes to master the art of running, covering distances equivalent to 2 consecutive marathons just to maintain their fragile breath. Enter the spotted hyena. Much like in their attacks on elephants, they move in coordinated formations, like threads of a lethal net. Even before the amniotic fluid has dried in the sun, chaos erupts. With jaws built for brutal force, the predator gives the newborn no time to discover the world. Every mother giving birth on these plains is a hero in her own right. Yet the harshest face of the Serengeti is still to come. Only 1 in 10 wildebeest calves will reach adulthood. still. Maternal sacrifice fuels the relentless cycle of life. The blood spilled today drives a herd of over 1 million to continue its epic journey thousands of kilometers north. A feast suspended between survival and loss unfolds. The ultimate sprinter of the past 10 million years waits in the shadows, the cheetah, a living masterpiece of aerodynamics. Its spine is a coil of living spring, and its non-retractable claws dig into the earth like spikes on racing shoes. In barely 3 seconds, it can reach speeds of 100 kilometers per hour, outpacing many modern sports cars. In just 3 powerful strides, the golden blur closes the distance with overwhelming velocity. But in that suspended moment between life and death, a greater force emerges: maternal instinct, faster than light itself, buying vital seconds for the calf to escape. Nature never spares its trials when shaping the courage of those who deserve it. Along this endless journey, the threat sometimes takes the form of a sheer drop. The mother wildebeest leaps into the void, a desperate dance between life and surrender, refusing to accept a fate imposed by circumstance. In that instant, she becomes both guide and mirror. The calf follows instinctively, propelled by pure faith. With fragile bones, the impact is a gamble against pain and injury. Yet running toward the horizon, toward the song of life that still calls, is the true, sacred mandate. Believe it or not, this vast savanna remains a paradise when compared to many other corners of this untamed continent. Under the harsh dominion of the Kalahari Desert, silence becomes the deadliest weapon before the storm of speed erupts. For the cheetah, the challenge is extreme. It has barely 20 seconds of unleashed fury before its body reaches a thermal limit it cannot endure. Faced with the chase, the oryx true desert warriors do not flee. Instead, they confront danger head-on. Thanks to an extraordinary vascular system that cools their brains, they keep their minds sharp even on the fragile boundary between life and death. Their horns, reaching up to 1.2 meters, become relentless spears. To the predator's eyes, the prey is no longer vulnerable. It transforms into a living wall of steel and spines. Even the cheetah's ferocious speed must yield to maternal courage and the collective resilience of the herd. Is the anthem of supreme bravery sung among the burning sands any less worthy than that echoed across the vast savannas? Even the youngest princes pay a steep price when challenging the oryx. For inexperienced lions, this is not a battle of sheer strength, but a hard lesson in patience, survival, and endurance. The same weapon that halts the cheetah rises as a firm, imposing sword. Science recognizes it as an exceptional defense, a living fortress capable of shattering the resolve of novice predators. It can break wills. Yes, but lions with royal blood in their veins will learn in time. They will grow, they will wait, and they will bide their moment to claim a crown worthy of their strength. Lions young, crownless rulers of the relentless desert. Just look to the sands of Namibia, where endless pale dunes stretch like an ocean, and death seems to dance with the wind. Yet this is a sanctuary for the toughest souls, a realm rising over sandy hills, bordering wild, uninhabited coasts. Survival here demands that a sovereign push its body beyond all limits. Amid waves of scorching heat and swarms of relentless insects, These giants seek refuge in the highest branches. It is a perilous gamble with such weight. A single fall can become a fatal sentence. Beneath thick shadows, the hunter's instinct softens into pure tenderness. Cubs just days old appear like morning dew. Eyes still closed, fur mottled like plum blossoms shimmers in the dappled light, blending seamlessly into the vegetation and hiding them from hostile eyes. In that instant, their entire universe exists in the warmth of mother's milk and the protective breath of their guardian. But the throne is never a peaceful refuge. Nomadic shadows prowl ceaselessly, waiting for any sign of weakness. When power changes hands, tragedy often follows a cruel inheritance written in blood. Much like when a dominant zebra male eliminates the offspring of his predecessor. Every mother becomes a living wall, though often that sacrifice is not enough. Even if a cub escapes the threat of an intruder, life can still hang by a thread in murky waters. The Nile crocodile, an ancient killer carved by time, spares no one who steps into its domain, not even the fiercest. Its hunger lies hidden beneath the current, patient, waiting for the smallest mistake. By the 5th month, curiosity becomes the first school of survival. Small birds are the initial lessons. Yet until instinct becomes skill, no prey is guaranteed. Only fledgling hunters wander among dust and shadows, still learning. Nature, however, rewards every attempt. The mother's strategies are successfully passed to the heir of the throne. From the earliest days, genetics begins shaping the future. Biological studies show that young lionesses join group hunts early, learning through observation and practice. Young males, meanwhile, focus on building strength and confrontation skills, often competing over carcasses. Every experience forms part of their preparation for the responsibilities they will one day bear within the pride. As the lioness grows, maternal training becomes more demanding. There are no easy prey. She stages true life and death exercises to forge courage worthy of royalty, guiding her cubs in silence, requiring absolute attention and precise cooperation. Yet youthful blood is impatient. A single moment of carelessness can turn a perfect plan to dust. Science shows that trial and error are essential for cubs to learn when and how to act. But one truth remains: neither nature nor their parents are ready to hand over the crown. Failure against a wildebeest teaches the young lioness a harsh lesson, forcing her to rethink her strategy and target prey suited to her learning stage. This time, it is the unforgiving environment itself that opens an unexpected opportunity. While the predator tastes satisfaction, the mother zebra is trapped in desperation, unable to risk herself. In this savanna, an ending is not a farewell, but the lifeblood sustaining another life. When the sun sets, one chapter closes only to give way to a new dawn of endless pursuits. Unlike many African species that seek refuge from the midday sun, the warthog remains active even during the hottest hours. It spends 60 to 70% of its daylight searching for food, with two distinct peaks at dawn and late afternoon. Pregnant females or mothers caring for young often extend these feeding periods to meet higher energy demands, especially when nutritious forage is scarce. With curved tusks resembling sickles and a low, compact body, the warthog can dig deep burrows, which serve as shelter during the night. Its tusks also provide an effective line of defense against potential threats. During the dry season, when green grass becomes almost non-existent, it adopts a characteristic posture, kneeling to feed. This stance conserves energy and makes it easier to reach roots, tubers, and dry shoots at the base of acacias and shrubs. Warthogs will also scavenge carrion and occasionally hunt insects or small animals when their usual food is limited. Though not imposing in size or strength compared to large predators, they are far from defenseless. Adults can charge with their sharp tusks, reach speeds of up to 45 km/h, and use their intimate knowledge of the terrain to escape danger. Females protecting their young will sometimes take the initiative, confronting even medium-sized predators such as jackals to ensure their offspring survive. In the same region, another resident has chosen a completely different survival strategy: the patas monkey. Unlike many species, it neither hides nor digs shelters. Instead, it moves across the open grasslands at remarkable speed. The patas monkey is the fastest primate in the world, capable of reaching up to 55 km/h when fleeing a predator, nearly twice the speed of other African primates. Its lean body, long hind limbs, and thin tail almost as long as its body allow it to maintain perfect balance during high-speed chases. Its reddish-brown back, pale face, and dark eye markings, almost like natural spectacles, make it easily recognizable even from a distance. Patas monkeys live in small groups, usually led by a single dominant male. They are diurnal, constantly on the move in search of seeds, insects, and the few fruits that survive the dry season. During droughts, the group travels between scattered trees and semi-permanent water sources, covering more than 8 kilometers a day. Not every species relies on speed and mobility, but in these open plains, this strategy often means the difference between life and death. In the same region, Buffon's cob has adopted a very different approach to survival. It gathers in large herds to endure the harshest droughts. This subspecies of the genus Cobus is widely distributed across Central Africa and the Sahel, areas now marked by parched grasslands and red dust blanketing the lowlands. Unlike many herbivores that seek shelter or scatter during critical periods, Buffon's cob relies on strength in numbers. Herds can swell to hundreds of individuals, asserting a commanding presence across the plains. Each group maintains a clear social structure, typically divided into 3 categories: females with calves, solitary adult males, and bands of young males who practice territorial behaviors. As the dry season reaches its peak and the rains are still absent, dominant males begin establishing breeding territories. Armed with curved, scythe-like horns, they engage in physical contest to control the central patches of grass that remain. These spots become magnets for females, who forage amid an increasingly scarce landscape. GPS tracking data from 2025 shows that males defend territories ranging from 0.8 to 1.5 square kilometers, holding them for 2 to 3 weeks during the height of the breeding season. During this time, scent marking and vocal displays intended to attract mates double compared to the rainy season. When it comes to predators, Buffon's cob relies on a simple but highly effective rule: detect danger early and react swiftly. Collective vigilance, amplified by the size of the herd, becomes their most potent defense in a world where one misstep can be fatal. Across these endless plains, birth is never just a beginning, it is a signal that echoes through the wild. For the mother, each newborn embodies hope, the promise of the future, and the continuity of life. For predators watching from afar, it rings as the unmistakable call of hunger. Protecting the young here demands constant vigilance, quick decisions, and a quiet courage. Every first step challenges fate, and a single moment of carelessness can be irreversible. The savannah spares no weakness, yet it honors the strength of those who fight to preserve life. As the sun sinks over the golden grasses, one truth becomes clear in the wild. Life emerges surrounded by danger, but also by an extraordinary will to survive.